Hello guys. So today I'm going to do a workflow kind of. I'm gonna work on my emacs and I'm gonna show you my Surface Book. So I have this Surface Book. I have a PC laptop and I traded with my roommate to get this Surface Book, and it's got a pen and it's so great. It's wonderful. But anyway, I'm going to show you my workflow in Emacs. Okay, so there it is, and the Surface Book. This is Surface Book Pro 4. The latest version is actually 6. What's going on? Add an account? No, I don't want add no accounts, no nothing. So anyway, so what I've been doing is that these days, because I sit in front of a computer like almost 12 hours a day, so I need to walk around, otherwise my hands is suffering, typing too much. And so I've been like every hour I would take my Surface Book and walk around, just walk around, read. Every time I need to read something, I put on a Surface Book. So I walk for half an hour, and actually the pen is over there. So when I walk, I take notes. I just write it. You can write with hands as well, but the pen is much better. So I'm actually very excited about pen computing. Since I started use the Surface Pro pen. So anyway, there are two kinds of. Okay, I wasn't planning to do a Surface Pro review, but uh, there are two kind of pen, digital pen. One is like with a tablet, you write on the screen, and the other kind is that you use it's like a touchpad, and you write on a touchpad. You know, you would think that, of course, writing on the screen is better, but actually that's not necessarily so, because I've asked, artist friends, it seems to me that actually the key is with the pen. The pen is great, but you don't necessarily need the screen to write on, because when you write on screen, you 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 don't want to touch your palm on the screen. I mean, actually, there's the issue of touching your palm on the screen. And if you go to Amazon, actually they sell this kind of glove, just covering your edge of the palm. You know, that's kind of silly. So there's that issue, and it actually, I mean, technically, it's supposed to, the software, supposed to eliminate, detect that and doesn't, you know, that interfere, but actually it does. When your palm is touching the surface, it's a problem. So typically, anyway, the screen tablet is not necessarily better. You want to get the pen tablet, and I'm going to buy that. The cheap one is like $40. I mean, there are tiny ones. You probably don't want that. You want, you can spend like $50, or you can buy Wacom. Wacom, it's the most famous. Like they go for like $80. Usually in general, I don't trust big brand, because typically what happens is that big brand, they become fat and powerful, and just like every company, they do by all means necessary to squeeze money, and their their price is usually double than the small companies for the same quality. But anyway, I'm going to work on. So I have here, you know, quite a lot notes I've written. So I'm gonna walk through. Basically it's working on my website. So I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna read my notes. Okay, loop through map. Okay, it's like Golang tutorial. So this is my Golang tutorial, and I need to go to the map section. Map. Open it. Okay, before we do that, let's make these, and let's turn on keys. so there you can see there. This key is this key application is sometimes stops. I haven't took the time to look why it sometimes stops. Okay, let's try that again. This application. Okay, this application sometimes stops. Let's try it fast. This application sometimes stops. Anyway, so let's yeah, there's my keys, and here let's turn on the key log. Now you have oops, undo, okay, open, undo, undo, open, go to emacs elpa, yes, command log mod, yes, go to that, yes, and eval, there it is. Now you can see every command I type, it'll show up here, so you can pause and find out what I'm doing. So let's go back to Golang. Okay, now let's make this into perspective. This is like tiling windows. Linux tiling windows. Yeah, the most efficient. Okay, so what yeah, what I need to do, go map. Okay, so on this page, Golang, Golang is my favorite language now. It's amazing. It's amazing in the sense that typically the best languages you like, the elegant and beautiful languages, they are academic. They are not used in the industry. For example, Scheme. You probably heard of Scheme Lisp. It's Scheme Lisp, and now Racket Scheme Lisp. Lisp. They changed their name. It was Scheme, then Rice University Scheme. Then well, anyway, Scheme Lisp or Racket. It's a Lisp, and that was the most. It was considered by hackers to be the most elegant, beautiful language, and it's very popular among hacker community in 1990s up to, let's say, 2000s. But it because today there's so many languages, it kind of faded away. But that was the supposed to be the most beautiful language. But anyway, so typically the most elegant or functional programming languages are not used much in the industry. But so Golang is amazing. It is wow, I like it very much. I consider it to be very minimal and elegant, and the documentation is beautiful. It's perfect. Usually vast majority of programming languages, I mean, even if the language is good, the documentation sucks donkey ass. This includes Perl, Python. Python stock is the worst. Okay, Perl, Python, Clojure doc is, well, it's got lots of problems. Haskell doc is incomprehensible, but do realize that it's not incomprehensible because you are stupid, or because it's academic, because it involves advanced math. No, the Haskell documentation and it sucks because it sucks. It's badly written. Period. Okay, don't let like typical programmers. You may not know. You think, oh, Haskell is so difficult because you read the documentation, you cannot understand it, monad and stuff, because it involves advanced mathematics. No, those Haskell programmers, vast majority of them, they know shit about mathematics. In general, when programmers talk about math, or programmers use math jargons, for example, on Git, people like to say, oh, Git is just a directed graph. directed graph my ass. Okay, they have no idea what they're talking about. Now you now if you don't believe me, okay, you want to ask people who are in the math field, and a lot of them are who have a PhD degree in mathematics. Uh, if you are in those communities, then you can because, but vast majority of programmers, they are just in the programmer community, just like gamers are. Gamers are in a gamer community. Like, you don't if you don't get out of your community, you really don't see things. Okay, my alarm clock is going. Let me turn it off. So my alarm clock is going off every 30 minutes because I need to get up. It tells me to get up. So I'm gonna walk through my okay, so the plan has been thwarted a couple of times because I'm talking about multitudes of variety of things because, well, anyway, so Golang tutorial. So I like it the most. It's a rare, um, beautiful, and the great thing is that it's actually used in the industry, like C or C++. Um, so it's got more users than, for example, let's say Clojure. Okay, Clojure. I like Clojure, but the JVM. I don't want anything to do with Java. Clojure heavily depends on Java. Like, in fact, Clojure is like the language is intertwined with Java, and I was puzzled at first. Why would Lispers want that? It turns out it actually is to Clojure's advantage because because Java is the number one, basically, well, the top three most used language in the industry, and Clojure is like piggyback on that. So therefore, vast majority of programmers, they are not necessarily into functional programming. Like, if you talk about functional programming, what the fuck is that? They don't know. But Clojure, writes on Java. So you have this massive number of Java programmers, and there it is, Clojure. Well, you know Java, yeah, come to Clojure. It's based on JVM. All the things works. If you want to. So that's how I think that's one of the main reason Clojure haven't been moved off into a independent programming language. Well, because the guy Hickey, um, uh, Rich Hickey, he's a Java programmer. Basically he's a professional and Java programmer, and, well, and other languages as well. Of course, he's a great expert. But the thing is that the thing about Java is that different languages typically have a field. They are a community or type of programming they are tied into. For example, Scheme Lisp is basically academia. Haskell is, well, for the most life history of Haskell, it's academia, language research. Similar with Scheme. It's only in the last 5 years Haskell became somewhat popular. It's used by Facebook, for example. Um, so anyway, so what I'm saying is that, yeah, typically a language has a community tied to it. So for Java, it really sucks because the community Java tied to is typically enterprise programming. What does that mean? It's the most boring programming ever. Enterprise. What does that mean? Well, it's like databases, management systems. Um, well, database is the most typical characterization of of enterprise programming. It's transactions. It's like boring. It's nothing about computer science. I mean, if you are like I would say hacker type, or if you are like me, we tend to like computer science related things, algorithms or implementing compilers or or visualization, things like that. But the Java world is primarily, I mean, the Java language, well, yeah, it's very heavily tied to enterprise, like the word enterprise kind of programming. It sucks. So anyway, map. Yeah, so I love Golang language. So I would recommend, if you don't have a choice, if you don't know, you might try my tutorial. The thing you love, the more that you love something, the better your tutorial is. So loop through map. Okay, let's go. Let's work on. Well, I've been talking like probably 15 minutes already. I tend to ramble on and on, but that's a good thing because that's why I'm running talk show. you know, I'm trying to do videos, regularly, and I wasn't sure, what style or what subject or what kind of things I want to cover. Should I be very focused, on a specific, like, teaching you emac lisp, or should I, teach you JavaScript, like very focused, like, oh, professional, like put on a suit and tie, or something like community building, like that's most programmers, like, or emacs programmers or other programmers are like, on YouTube. You find them, they talk well, they give you a good presentation, and they show you, how to do something about, and typically they also, oh, we let me help you, I'm here to help you, and so on. And yeah, they gonna build a better world. That's good. But it doesn't fit me. That's not my style. I'm not a great presenter. So anyway, so right now I'm just, talk random, like, let's call it XR talk show. So go map. So what I want to do on this page, okay, there are several things I need to add. You see, here's the syntax. Here's the syntax for declaring the map type. And here I don't have that syntax. I just have the example. So I want to add the syntax as part of. I mean, yeah, I want to not just use the example, but actually just show you the syntax. By the way, if you are writing tutorial, sometimes, for example, you will run into this if you are writing a tutorial, that, like, especially programmers, you tend to just give example code without any explanation. Just look at the code, there it is. But actually, if you want your tutorial to be popular, you actually want the explanation, even more important than it's like half and half. I wouldn't say it's more important than examples, but actually just a line of sentence, it's significant. That's the way things are. I'm not going to go into why, but in general, that's a case. For example, you can look at, there are a lot of, money is the driver of everything. So there are a lot websites. They are kind of like professional. I mean, they focus on making tutorials so that everyone can just read their stuff. And typically they are not very good. They are not very good because they focus on the mass. There are millions of people who want to get into programming, but they don't know. They are beginners. They have zero experience. They never studied anything. Well, they don't. They may not have. They never studied. So there's a sea of people there, and if you can grab their attention, you tend to make more money because that's like a million of them. They all want to learn programming, so they go to your website, and you show them the most basic, and you know and they like it, and they tend to be not, they are typically not professional programmers. They are just beginners. They don't have programming experience, or maybe some. But what they are not is that they are not like us. They are not like the hardcore hackers, so-called hackers. That word is gone out of fashion today. But um, so we, for example, we are interested in, we are excited about algorithms and computer science and stuff and emacs and vim, or the technical details, which is better, so on. But for them, that's not their interest, because they just want to learn a programming language, they want to get a job. um, so so for those websites, there are a huge number of them. They like if you just type like learn golang, or learn python, or learn php, you'll find them. Like there are a lot of them. It's like a lot of them, and typically their quality is pretty bad. But they are they are hugely popular. They are like 100 times popular than whatever you ever write. They are more popular than my um, Python tutorial, for example. And my Golang tutorial, for example. Should I show? Let's say let's try Python tutorial. Python tutorial. That's the most. Well, Python is a lot of people want to get into. So yeah, tutorial point is one of them. These I despise them, because they are commercializations, and you see this one, Guru 99 my ass. Python in 7 days. And official ones, by the way, official documentation, they usually they are not good. So anyway, let me show you a few. Yeah, this one is like um, they are professional, but by professional I mean they are dedicated to making money. But typically they are not. They are just a few people, I would say. So these tutorial point, and W3 School, you probably are already familiar with. Um, and this one, Guru 99, I haven't seen this one before. But actually, they do have a point. Especially they do have a point. For example, if I want to learn something I don't know, or I forgot for a long time, for example, CSS, cascading style sheet. Um, in principle, it's very simple, but every year now they churn out new stuff. And if I want to read something, I search the web. If I go to the programmers, hacker type of blog, you get confused, like what they're talking about. They talk about little advanced details, like if you are a beginner programmers, if you are a beginner programmer, you are not probably not watching me right now. But suppose if you are some beginner programmer, you watch me and you get confused. What is this guy talking about? The languages and that. You just want to know the basics. So if I'm trying to find something new, some new feature in CSS, some tag or something, the W3, for example, they 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 uh they give you the point. You read it, you understand what it is about. On the other hand, you go to the more advanced hacker sites, like they try to give you syntax, the BN Backus norm form of syntax and whatever, and they mention lots of jargons. They think they are technically correct, but they don't get the point across. But anyway, so there are these tutorials. They are fiercely competitive. Money is the thing. That's what drives it. Um, so anyway, I was going to work on my stuff, but I probably talked for too long already. So let me show you one then. Meetup. Oh, this Emacs meetup in Mountain View. That's good. And did I just close it? So anyway, it's already here. So let's do that. Create map, literal expression. Okay. This is my the grassroots style tutorial. Instead of using fancy words, you want to write in a way that vast majority of people understand it, including those people whose first language is not English. So I started to write in this style instead in recent years. So actually, usually I would do key type. Okay, so this would be key 1. Key 1 var 1, key 2 var 2. So this is the syntax, and do that, go here, there it is, to create a map with keys and values. Okay, this needs a reload F5. Okay, the key disappeared. You see, this application keycast, it's not showing anymore. So there must be a key that controls it, and I must have hit it. Something in the water does not. There it is again. I don't know why. I have to look into it. So anyway, to create a map with keys and values, do like this. Okay, so there's still something wrong. Remove the tags. I need that. There it is. So go here, refresh. There it is. So red means literal. That is, those are the characters you type as is, and the green, the cyan, green color is like variable. So map key type. Int should be a value type. So go back here, remove the HTML. So add the angle bracket int. So actually it's not int, it's value type. Add the underscore. There it is. Okay, and HTMLize it. Add a paragraph. Show in browser. There it is. So this is my super efficient system, and I need to do this. Okay, so make. Okay, I'm not going to continue with this because you get the idea, because we've been talking for the past like 20 minutes already. But my plan was to I have actually several more pages. Let's see, let's double check if I have anything bad here before I can show you. So I have several pages I need to work on. So anyway, let's stop today. Thank you for watching. If you have a comment comment on comment on it, and well, ask me questions about stuff, and let's keep the conversation going. Bye.